Hi everyone, Angel here. I hope you guys are doing well. So I was able to take about 3 full days off and just not be online and not even work on my own homework. So now this Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I've been working quite a bit and able to get some things done. And I wanted to just touch base with you because I know that you guys are working on your FedEx week. You guys are going to be delivering overnight, and I just want to make sure if you have any questions on that you still send those my way. I'm going to be working again to Tuesday evening and Wednesday evening, probably from about 4 o'clock till 9 o'clock or so, and I'll be in office those days, so you could just give me a call or shoot me an email anytime, and I'll be able to get a response out to you really fast. So I just wanted to just model a quick search. I had some people, different students email me and ask about, well, what questions should I use, or what search terms, how do I work with that? So I always like to try it out and see what I come up with. So your first step, of course, is to develop your curriculum inquiry project question. I remember going to develop it. How can something in my class be related? So take a look back at that PowerPoint that we did in class to see how you can phrase those, and also at the inquiry in the Common Core article if you're having trouble kind of constructing that. And then you also want to be able to locate and analyze original research or empirical research. And there were some links that were broken, so I went ahead and I added the links back to these 3 articles so that you can see those. But no one has posted this just yet, so I know that you guys are all going to be working over the next couple days or even after Thanksgiving. So I wanted to just model a couple of things. There are lots of resources here with FP Library and Subject Guide and everything. And I've been kind of in a little mini conflict with our Encore system. I typically use the system at George Fox for all of my research, and it tends to be just a little bit friendlier or user-friendly. So I'm going to model a couple of different things. One of the teachers in our class is going to be looking at something around motivation and continuation high schools, and something around that topic, or how do you help students find value in education. So I'm just going to model just a quick search and just touch on a few things. One, you are more than welcome to use EDUC. EDUC is an open educational source. It focuses primarily on educational research, so it's a great tool. But you definitely can use our Encore search in our library as well. So I'm going to kind of model the same search on both of these sites to see kind of the differences and what maybe some tips would be helpful. So for this search, I'm going to go ahead and I started in with continuation high schools, value education, and I went ahead and hit search. It's going to bring up 161,000 hits. We do not want 161,000 hits and start looking through here. So a couple of things. You do want to look for full text. This is a short research assignment, so you're not going to have time to send away if we don't have it online. So I'm going to go ahead and hit update on that, and we go from 160,000 to 59,000, which is still way too many. But if you look over here on the left-hand side, there are a lot of additional aids and ways that they sort the articles for you. Ideally, you want to use something that's within the last 10 years for educational research. That's kind of a general standard that we use. If you're doing something specific to technology, you would actually want to use the last 5 years. So now by clicking that I want something in the last 10 years, we're down to 12,000 results. So you can look at any other descriptors and you can decide, okay, well, do I want it to be about teaching methods? Do I want it to be about academic achievement? So let's go ahead and see what comes up when we take a look at teaching methods. And I'm doing this as a green search or just a dry run. I haven't done it this particular way. So there are some different things that you can continue to kind of refine and take a look at. And I'm curious if that we add in an add sign here or a plus sign, if that would actually narrow ours a little bit. And it did not. So you can kind of feel around for different concepts, different ideas that you might like. So let's see, raising the bar, building capacity, driving improvement in California continuation high schools. So you can download the full text and you can take a look at it if it's something that we'd be interested in looking at. First, we do want to make sure that it is an original text or original research. And because of how this is formatted, I'm already interested in the fact that I don't think it's going to be an original text because it's going to be an executive summary of what they found. But I wouldn't throw it out just yet. What I would do is I would look and see who are they citing, who are they using as their research, or are they using research? So I call that mining the article. You can take a look and see if they have cited anybody or if they are working with anybody in particular. And actually in this article, I'm not seeing a lot of references or citations. So I would say for this purpose, we're not going to use that, but there might be something else, okay? So you can narrow as well by the type of articles. So if we want to narrow by journal articles, you can do that as well. And that might get us a little bit closer to where we want to be. So there's a lot of stuff about math, value orientation of candidate teachers. So you would kind of have to change your search terms and try to figure out what it was exactly that you're looking for. So maybe I don't want to look at how they're going to value education, but I want to look at motivation. And let's see what comes up with motivation. Okay, so we have full text, couple of different things, and you can change your different filters over here as well. All right. So what would be interesting to see is that how many of these would show up if we tried to do it in Encore. So I know Encore is the FPU option that are given. But sometimes different search engines can kind of show up different things. So first, I would go ahead and click on articles. I would not do the whole catalog. And let's say continuation high school, and let's do value education. Let's see what it comes up with and how we would be able to then sort through this. So this particular one is coming up with 150,000 articles. We want to go full text, and we want to get this narrowed really quickly, okay? So we may say we want it to be in high school. We may go, let's see if we can get it narrowed a little bit. So anytime that you change, you say I want high school to be together. I don't want it to be found separately in the article. That would be good. And you can kind of change it a bit. So just by doing that, that added a few more. Maybe we wanted to do motivation. But you want to get this number down to a reasonable amount. You don't want to search through 10,000. So there might be something, maybe you want to do California, maybe you want to do a certain curriculum or grade level, and then you would keep on kind of refining from there. Okay. So the different types of search or different types of journals that are found in Encore are much broader. They're not just educational related. So that's where you may want to go in and say, I want to do SAGE. SAGE is a well-known educational database. So you could just kind of search for in SAGE, and that may help you narrow. Another good publisher, you can kind of glance through the list, and if there's something that's specific to your content area, that would work. But SAGE is a really good one for education. Along with, let's see if any of the other ones are coming up. So out of all of these, that is probably one of the best for education, and it will narrow it specifically to what's going on in educational research. So I would encourage you to do that. ERIC is a little bit narrower already. And so you can take a look at ERIC as well. So however you want to find your articles is completely up to you, but definitely use your Boolean logic, plus, minus, parentheses, different things like that to kind of narrow your results. You may want to add a grade level. You may want to add California if you want to go specific to California for a certain reason. And kind of get those results down. You do not want to filter through 10,000 results. That's going to be very frustrating. And then the other thing that you want to do is you do want to look at and see who they are citing. So here's another article. That's the issue brief. Again, building effective learning environments in California's continuation high schools, and this is the issue brief. Let's go ahead and take a look at this article and see if there's a way that we could mine this article for any other resources. So as you take a look at it, again, we would see, okay, is this an empirical study? We're actually finding that it's not, but are they citing anybody throughout? So here in the middle you have some citations in APA. That's about competency-based learning. There's backwards mapping. Okay, so you can kind of look at it and see, are they citing anybody who might be interesting to go back and to read? So as you get into social emotional supports, would it be interesting to go back and to read any of these studies as well? So definitely do that once you find a article that is kind of in the vein that you're interested in learning more about, then look at who they're citing and see how you can read more within that vein that you found interesting. If you have any questions, please let me know. Hopefully this helps a little bit. And sorry, it ended up being 11 minutes long. But hopefully for some of you guys, as you get into ERIC or into Encore, it helps a little bit. Remember, in Encore, if you search in SAGE, it will help narrow pretty quickly to those that are more related to education. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will be working on Tuesday and Wednesday, but then I'll probably be offline at least Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right, have a great day and week. Happy Thanksgiving.